KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, a community-owned and operated hospital. Here for you when you need us. From emergency care to routine checkups and screenings, caregivers are here and ready to provide the safe, high-quality care you need close to home. Online at sanjuanregional.com with the latest health information and resources to help you live life better here. 10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Monday morning, the 11th day of April, 2022. Good morning, everyone. I'm Scott Michlin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM, of course, over the air here in San Juan County, streaming everywhere else at KSJE.com, and we hope within 30 days or so to be back on the air in Durango, of course, at 103.3 FM. So stay tuned for that, Durango fans. Everywhere else, welcome to our viewers who are joining us. The video is streaming out live this morning to the KSJE Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and our Twitter account. Coming up this morning, it is our annual show about Kids College coming up this summer here at San Juan College, plus, of course, all the Community Learning Center classes, ENCORE classes, and much, much more. That is coming up with my guest, Liesl Dees, in the next few moments right here on KSJE. And then later on this hour, we invite you to stay tuned, of course, because I'll be speaking with Lewis Campbell from Synergy Computer Systems. Lewis will be talking with me about technology on our weekly technology segment called Monday Reboot right here on KSJE. Make Hess is featuring music from Richard Strauss this morning. That is on Roving with the Arts next hour after the news beginning at 9:06. And, of course, we invite you to connect with us on our Instagram page in addition to Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. And if you're a podcast person, you can subscribe for free to KSJE Podcast wherever you listen to podcasts, places like iTunes and Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, and Google Podcasts, much, much more. Check us out and take us with you. Subscribe and find a new program that maybe you may have missed on KSJE. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is a mostly sunny morning today, 38 degrees currently outside. We are expecting a sunny but windy day today with a high of 70 degrees. We could see those darn wind gusts up to 50 miles per hour this afternoon, so there is a high wind advisory in effect. Windy overnight tonight with a low of 51 degrees, and then tomorrow, increasing clouds, a pretty good chance of rain. Look at that 50% chance of showers on Tuesday. Cooler weather with a high of 51, overnight low of 25. Then take a look on Wednesday. Sunshine, the high 49, but the overnight low 23. So any of you gardeners that got out there early, be careful. Partly sunny skies by Thursday, the high 60, overnight low near 30, 71 again, and sunshine by Friday, and mid-70s on Saturday. Well, let me turn to my guest who is here with me this morning. Liesl Dees is here from the Community Learning Center and ENCORE program and much, much more here at San Juan College. She is the Director of Continuing Education. Good morning.
Scott, it's always an absolute joy to be here with you.
Thank you for coming in so early to get here.
Good Monday morning.
Right, exactly. Great to have you here. And as I mentioned, right, there's a lot to talk about because, of course, we are about that time to start thinking about summer and Kids College, right?
Absolutely. And I am so excited by what we've got planned for Kids College this summer.
Nice.
Before I talk Kids College, let's talk all of the other kind of classes.
Okay.
For anyone who says, I don't have kids,
right,
is tuning out.
Right. Don't tune out.
No, exactly. Because we've got something that even if it doesn't apply to you, I bet we can find something that applies to someone you know and love that you would love to share with them. I have found over the years that when we go to the county fair, I can find something with absolutely everyone who walks up that either interests them or someone in their circle of concern. You're
like one of those fair booths that guess your weight, right? But instead of weight, you're like, I know what you would like to take from San Juan College.
Guess what class we've got for you.
That's
absolutely.
Right. I like it.
So let me start off talking about some of our workforce classes, because we've got one that we are gauging interest for today and tomorrow and seeing if we can find more people who would be interested in this. So this is going to be a prep cook training. And before I describe it, I'm going to give you the heads up that I'm going to give a phone number that's different from our main number. So if this interests you at all, as I'm talking, go grab something to write down a phone number with. It is a free training that has been funded by the state of New Mexico as part of their Ready New Mexico training. We offered it back in January, and we have the possibility to offer it again. And what it is a free training for anyone who thinks they might be interested in prep cook as a career, as something that they would want to do.
Yeah.
So we're planning it this time as a 6-week training. We've done it longer before, but we're condensing it, and we're going to cover basic knife skills, safety and sanitation. You get a serve safe. I always do that backwards. Serve safe manager certification, do some basic cooking skills and practical kitchen skills. So, if you've ever wanted to be the person in the kitchen who uses the knife really effectively, and you kind of go, wow.
Yeah.
That it's those professional skills that we want to offer. So if you know someone that this sounds like, wow, they've been thinking about this, they're looking for something different career-wise, let me give the number. It's Jacqueline Montoya, who is the Harvest Food Hub. Let me think of her title. She works with the Harvest Food Hub.
She's their kitchen manager
That's
down
it.
there?
Yep.
Okay.
Thank you.
There you go.
You probably interviewed.
I think I've met her. Yes, exactly. Perfect.
And her number is 505-566-3964. So that's for the free prep cook training. So please call today or tomorrow if that is something that you know someone who would be interested in.
And it's free.
Free.
Can't say that enough. And I think there are jobs available. I know there are a lot of restaurants that are looking for people to hire. I don't know if they're looking for prep cooks, but I mean, I think there's definitely some help wanted signs out there for folks with that certification.
It's a solid market, and it will give you the certification that if you didn't do this, you would probably be paying for on your own at some point. And it'll also give you skills that will help put you in line for the jobs. And that is really the goal of the Ready New Mexico program. We've had a number of different offerings through this. We have a substitute training going on, substitute teacher training going on right now, and we're looking at whether or not we can do that one again, but we're not certain about that one yet.
Okay.
But
this one you are,
this
and
one we are,
and it's coming up
as long
if you
as
have enough folks.
If we have enough folks, that's
and
exactly right.
Repeat that phone number one more time, if you wouldn't mind.
I would
Dees.
love to. 505-566-3964, and that is Jacqueline Montoya, and that is for the food prep cook training.
Right. And you hope to have it starting later this month, perhaps.
That's exactly right. April and May is what we are looking for.
But if you don't get enough signed up, that'll be a problem.
Exactly. If we don't have enough interest.
Want you to call.
Yep, that's exactly right.
There you go. And it's free. Did we mention it's free, everyone? Because it's free.
FREE.
That's right.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you for that. Good to know.
Then in other workforce offerings, Scott, we just have a variety of classes still coming up that are in our published schedule.
I can show that one.
If you show it, it shows up.
Yes, mine is more.
Not backwards.
Right. There you go.
All right. And things like Microsoft Word, Microsoft Excel, marketing with social media, Outlook Basics.
I'm not a hand model.
Project management. Just the little fingers there,
Yeah,
Scott.
I know. Yeah, but that's okay.
So
lots of things.
Lots of things.
Right.
And we encourage people to go online and check us out at sanjuancollege.edu/CWD for our workforce classes, which is the Center for Workforce Center for Workforce Development.
So many letters.
Had a moment there. Letters. The easiest way you can get there is if you go to sanjuancollege.edu, and if you click on things for the community, you will find all of our programs, and our publication is called Continuing Education. So if you remember that and go to sanjuancollege.edu/continuing education, you'll get there.
Am I on the right spot? More or less? With that
Yes,
page?
you are.
Okay.
Yeah, that's specifically for Center for Workforce Development.
Looks like that, everybody.
Fabulous.
See, there you are. You could scroll through them, but there's a whole bunch of things that are being offered, right?
Exactly. So. Yep. And I would just do a general shout out for our workforce classes too, that the bulk of what we do as a department for workforce is often working with employers. So if you are an employer and you're realizing, Oh my goodness, my team needs some training. And that could be simply that, we're trying to do Excel pivot tables that we've never done before, or it could be that we need some training on ethics in the workplace, or time management, or conflict resolution. We would love to help your team. Maybe you're promoting more people, and you need people who are new supervisors to have a better understanding of that role. Those are the kind of trainings that we are happy to offer.
Okay, and it sounds like you can kind of fine-tune what these employers need when they call you and say, well, we have this, or we have a person who's great at this, and we can set you up.
Exactly, that's exactly right. And what we find is that sometimes if employers have enough people that they can do a class, everybody needs conflict resolution. That's easy. If they find that, we've got 2 people who need pivot tables, we may be looking for 4 other people who need pivot tables. But that's what we do. That's how we have conversations with employers and strive to meet employer needs. Right.
And then I bet it's probably less expensive for both of those companies to send their pivot table people that need help to the one class.
Exactly, and that's why we have scheduled published classes. So if you're looking for Excel, for example, we've got a class coming up that's already scheduled.
I don't even know what a pivot table is, so you should sign me up. Apparently, if you get
maybe
enough.
Yes, maybe no.
Right, exactly. But there you are. So good to know.
Because I'm guessing, Scott, that you might also be more interested in the fun side of things, and that's a lot of what else we have.
You've met me
in the schedule.
You have met me, Liesl Dees. That's right,
yes.
Exactly. But let's talk about that too.
So we still have a lot of fun classes coming up, and I don't know if you saw in the Daily Times today. There's an article about the pickleball tournament over the weekend.
Nice.
And
we've talked about that.
We have, and I was happy to note that 2 of our instructors were winners.
Nice.
In that. We have a playing pickleball class coming up in later in April. Let me get to the right page.
Because I'm looking at page 9. Am I on the right spot?
Page 27 is where I am. Oh. You are absolutely right in being on page 9. It's just that those classes have started.
Oh.
And we know that that's a challenge when people still see our schedule around town and kind of go, oh, what's still available? But it's a January through June schedule, so there's still classes that are coming up.
Thank you.
Pickleball is one, a lot of dance classes coming up. We scheduled multiple ballroom dance classes, Latin dance classes, salsa classes. And back in October, Scott, when we had to plan this schedule, we weren't sure if partner dancing would be a thing anytime soon.
Right.
But it is right now. And so, we're back to having kind of partner dancing in classes, and happy to have that going on again. If you are itching to get outside, we have some mountain biking classes coming up later in April. We have both a foundation class, and for people who have taken our classes before, we've got a next level skills class. So those are 2 fabulous offerings. Beginning Middle Eastern dance, we'll have more fly fishing classes coming up. We've got a whole host of cooking-related classes that have been absolutely fabulous. We have partnered with the Food Hub on that, and we've got classes like a Pizza 101, a Sushi Basics. I think I'm signed up for
This is cooking, not eating
one.
These things, right?
Well, it's a little bit of both.
Oh, good. Okay, well then.
So if you, for the sushi, for example, I'm looking at the description on this, get hands-on training on how to roll sushi, and the best part, make sure they're edible.
Nice. I like that. Yes, that's an important part.
And a lot of those classes, Scott, are just one-night classes. It's just a 3-hour class. So lots of fun things in that regard. I mentioned as part of the prep cook training, we've got nice skills in there. We also offer that as a personal enrichment class. So if you want to be someone who can wow your friends and save yourself a lot of time and be safe in the kitchen, not just go at it in a random television-inspired way.
Exactly. Still have 10 fingers and toes when you're done cooking the meal.
Exactly.
You can take the class. Is that a one-night class?
That's a one-night.
See?
Yes, one-night class.
There you go.
Yeah. Occasionally things like that are 2 nights, but I think most of these are 1 nights.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. And I know that the the Harvest Food Hub, they've been working on the new kitchen, and so I assume a lot of these are going to be down there at that space.
That's exactly right. A few of them are still at our Health and Human Performance Center nutritional lab, but most of them are at the Harvest Food Hub.
Okay.
So very excited by those offerings and love to see people enroll on
Right.
those. And a great thing to do with a friend. You
Yeah,
know,
true.
what a fun night to go learn how to do sushi together. We've had groups of people who've taken the knife skills as friends or family. Pizza 101.
Right.
Doesn't that sound like time well spent?
Definitely. Always, always. And I
Yes.
still think you could combine these two things, Liesl, if you just added pickles to pickleball.
There
hasn't
you go.
happened yet.
It hasn't happened
okay. I
yet.
keep hoping.
Though I have to
One
say,
day.
when the Health and Human Performance Center, maybe 5 years, 6 years or so ago, dedicated the new pickleball courts there, I gotta say that they had the best snacks and food opening. And who would have thought that pickled flavored potato chips and popcorn could
Genius.
be such a
Yeah.
hit?
See?
Yeah.
There, I'm telling you, it's
Yes.
the next big thing.
It may be.
Pickleball
Scott.
with pickles.
Yes.
Okay. Stay tuned, everyone.
And last thing in our January through June schedule is that, Scott, as you know, we have our ENCORE classes that are designed for people 50 and older. And if you're
Here we
in
are.
that age group, we're looking at you.
We finally made it.
But open to
And then some.
open to anyone 18 and older, and we welcome younger students, 18 and older, in these classes as well. You do not have to be 50. You do not have to be 65. There's an amazing discount that kicks in for New Mexico residents when you turn 65 for our ENCORE classes. But we think that there's still a great bargain at San Juan College tuition prices. And so still classes coming up that we haven't started in for our ENCORE classes. We have a smart technology problem solving class that's a week away. Today's the 11th,
Right,
So
right.
on the 18th. This has been a fabulous class that has really given people some time and space to solve their technology problems and kind of understand the nature of technological solutions these days. So things that are connected to the internet, sometimes it's understanding how that technology works.
Right.
So
Nice.
love to see enrollment in that class. And we have done that class still as a live online class, but we've got some in person classes that'll start in person, and we've got a room available if people want to come onto campus to view that if they're not ready to be doing that from
Okay.
home.
Right.
So,
Still a bunch of field trips in the catalog. Are they sold out? Are they all full?
some are, but some still have room
Okay.
in them, and great opportunities to go travel. And I will say with our field trips, more than anything else, we see a lot of up and down on that we have seen people who are all ready to go, and particularly in the last couple of years, then someone tests positive. They are more concerned about COVID safety. Numbers go up.
Right,
Whatever
sure, of course.
has happened over the past time that we've been reoffering field trips. And so if you call and are told that class is full, please get on our wait list, as our staff will encourage you to do, because there really is a decent chance with field trips that people change their minds.
If space opens up, they call you next.
That's exactly right.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay, even
Yep.
if they're sold out. So a lot of great destinations I'm just looking at. The Canyon de Chelly, of course. Chimayo is on there. Hopi Rock Art is a trip I'm seeing, and there's much, much more, I know.
That's exactly right. Fabulous opportunities in that
Right.
regard.
And you go with people that know what they're talking about.
That's exactly
Which is
right.
also
And who have
encouraging.
planned it to be an educational experience. So it's not just being a tourist. Oftentimes they've lined up speakers there, sometimes they're doing kind of ahead of time class in-person information so that you learn more before you go. Sometimes it is all there, and you may have some guest speakers and other things that enhance that experience.
Right. So
Yeah.
good to know. Very, very good.
And one other thing in the Encore section is we have a lot of exercise classes that are just starting. This week we have Qigong and Tai Chi classes that are starting. We've got a resistance training class starting up on Wednesday, so register for that today or tomorrow. We've got a chair exercise class down at Bonnie Dallas Senior Center. That one has been really popular. Lots of good things that are starting now. So if back in January you weren't ready to be out doing exercise, but you think that now's the time,
Right.
please find us and
Or maybe that New Year's resolution is long forgotten and maybe time to restart
exactly
those types of things.
Yep.
And so you've got things for every activity level, I think, if
That's
I remember
exactly
correctly
right.
as
Yep.
well.
Yep.
And so that's wonderful. I'm looking at the one page here about the strength and stretch in Kirtland, and just a reminder that not all these classes are here on the main campus. You have other things scattered around the other San Juan College properties and other partners around the community.
Exactly. We have classes at the Bloomfield Senior Center, at Bonnie Dallas Senior Center, at the East Campus, at the West Campus. Yeah, delighted to have partnerships and to make things more accessible.
Right.
We have a computer class starting at the West Campus coming up I think it's in May.
Very good. So
Yeah.
everybody can check it out. And, of course, all the details are in the catalog online
Yep.
that we're talking about, and you can find all the details. Or if you just want to call and talk to a friendly person, you can call the office and talk to a friendly person.
505-566-3214.
There you go.
You know, Scott, we've threatened to have you man the phones after you've done this so many times. You kind of know the drill.
I almost do know the drill. That's true.
Yeah.
So I keep waiting for you to forward your phones to me, but that hasn't happened yet. But I know you threaten to sometimes. So.
There you go.
But perfect. Now we'll talk about the kids.
Now Kids College.
Right.
And Scott, we are so excited.
There it is, everyone.
So, secret fact, that's not so secret if I say it on the radio, right?
Right.
Scott, but
We won't tell anyone.
yeah. We had in 2020, we opened up for registration on Friday for Kids College, and then we went home on Monday.
Yeah.
For 2 weeks.
Supposedly.
Yeah.
Right, in 2020.
Exactly. So, no one got the 2020 schedule. It sat on the loading dock, and we never ran those classes.
Right.
So the 2022 schedule looks surprisingly like the 2020 schedule, which I hid all of the remaining copies in our office and made sure that those got labeled so someone doesn't pick up the 2020 accidentally,
Right.
because we were so excited about what we had planned, and we're excited about what we are
Sure.
offering this year.
So the little girl on the cover is now a high school graduate? Is that what you're telling us, or what?
No, but she's probably more...
She's 2 years older.
Yeah, exactly. She's
Okay.
2 years older than
Okay,
than she was.
It's a great picture nonetheless, so glad you're able to use it. That's the important thing.
Us too.
Yes.
Yep. And we're really excited to bring back Kids College. We've had classes for the past 2 years, but it hasn't been the robust schedule that we used to offer, and we are back in a very robust way this summer.
Great news. That
Yes.
is just wonderful news. I
Yep.
just want to let that soak in with everybody because it's wonderful.
And of course, if we've all learned nothing else, it will be to adapt. If things change, I feel like families are so used to this by now.
True.
That, if we need to make changes in what we're doing, if there are guidelines that we need to follow, we will do that. We've been doing that in the classes that we have offered, and we look forward to adapting as we need to this year as well. One of our signature camps, Scott, for the past couple of years has been a Super Summer STEM camp. And I start with this because it becomes a basis for what a lot of people want to do with their summers. We have designed this camp with working families in mind. So the camp itself starts at 9 o'clock because lots of people don't want to get up at the crack of dawn if they don't have to in the summer, and it goes from 9 to 3. And we see lots of kids over the summer who join us for 1 week of that, maybe 2 or 3 weeks of that. They are excited about science. We do a lot of hands-on, high-energy activities. But for families that are working, we start our pre-care at 7:45 in the morning, and then you can add a 3:10 kids college class on top of that. And so stay with us from 7:45 to 5 o'clock if that is something that your family wants and needs in the summertime.
Okay.
And we do that. We have 8 weeks of that. Plus, we have some other classes in the 2 weeks that we don't have that kind of flesh out childcare needs if you are looking to really spend your whole summer with us.
Okay. I'm looking at the website, and you have it all divided by the sessions, right? So folks can go in there and look for what they're planning to do from week 1 to week or session 10.
That's exactly right. Yep. And we've tried to kind of balance things out. We have 173 classes scheduled. And right now, I expect us to have around 1,700 enrollments. Right now, we have about 500 enrollments.
So there's room.
So there's room. I think there are a handful of classes that are full, but honestly, those are ones that we will probably add another class. There's some of our classes at the Big Idea that are full. So again, if the class you really want is full, please just hop on our wait list because we will really take that into account. And oftentimes, we'll have a wait list for one class and not enrollment in another, and let's see what we can do to shake that up. Because when we plan 173 classes, we do so with a lot of different factors in mind, but we know that we're not going to get that 100% right
everywhere.
Exactly.
That's true.
Exactly. We're going to have one more rock climbing class than we needed.
Exactly. And now is the time to kind of start planning your summer, right?
That's
Before
exactly
everything
right.
gets filled up and things along that line. And I think a lot of parents are probably looking at the summer calendar going, okay, we're going to go on this trip here, but we're going to be at home this time, so let's plan something.
Exactly. And one of the things that I love about how Kids College has been structured for over 30 years is that we have multiple ages. So if you have a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old, and a 10-year-old, you have a good opportunity to find 3 different things that they all like and come. The bulk of our classes are in the afternoon, so we can go from 1 to 5, and we will transport your kids across campus in between there. So, you can put all 3 kids in classes, or you can have some time with just one child, and things of that nature.
Exactly. Looking at the website again, if you click on, for example, session 1, which is the first one beginning June 6th, you can kind of see the age breakdown there of what's offered and when and what's available and all that.
Exactly. We also see a lot of grandparents calling us. Either they're on duty all summer or they've got the kids for 2 or 3 weeks. And what a fabulous experience to come do the climbing wall for a week.
Right.
And, have a little break up in your day.
No kidding.
Love having classes like that.
Air conditioned climbing in June, which is important.
That's exactly right.
So,
and I think for people who have taken classes with us before, when you look at the schedule, you will see a lot of our tried and true favorites in here. We've got many weeks of the climbing wall scheduled. We've got a number of weeks of basketball camp. We've got
it's not your first rodeo.
It's not our first rodeo, and we look forward to seeing people back with us, or people who have never done this before.
Sure.
So kind of getting the word out to people who, they've lived here 2 years and we haven't had classes on this scale for 2 years.
Right.
We've done a few things, but not in this level.
Sure. And the thing I always like to ask you about Liesl Dees, and I know parents are looking at this, is price, and it's always pretty affordable as you go through the catalog and see kind of what you want to do for a week at a time for your kids.
Exactly. A lot of our classes are $49, it adds up when you're doing a lot of weeks, but it's still very competitively priced. One of the other things that I want to shout out for this summer is that we have a couple of different scholarship programs. Mm-hmm. One, we have a kids' college scholarship that we've had since, let me get it back in my head. I want to say 2018 is when we did a first dance review.
Okay.
2019 is when we had... we had it before that. I think we had it in 2018. We have had we've used a fall dance review to fund kids' college scholarships. So you can apply for a scholarship for kids for a free class during the summer. Yep, and we've seen great interest in that this summer. The other scholarship, and let me say it, for kind of $49 off of a general class, and we also have some scholarships for the Super Summer STEM Camp for the full price, which is $169 for that 9 to 3 with pre-care kind of camp.
Nice.
The other thing that we have this summer is ENCORE has donated money for a ENCORE Super Summer STEM scholarship. So that takes $40 off of the price of a Super Summer STEM camp. So thrilled by that opportunity. And again, encouraging people to go online, check out the scholarship applications. It's really straightforward. It's really easy. We also have a BHP Billiton Youth Scholarship, and that is for a particular camp that is a BHP Billiton Youth Camp. It's for students who have finished the 6th or the 7th grade, and we have been doing this for a number of years. Now, I think, Scott, haven't you interacted
Radio
with them over
station
the years?
has done something over there. Yes, exactly. So,
and what we really want in that camp is to give kids a taste of college and get them on the college campus, do some hands-on activities. They've been over in our woodworking shop. They've done things with our digital arts and media program. They've gone to the climbing wall. Really just giving them a taste of being at the San Juan College campus. And kind of opening up career opportunities and just sparking interest.
See, there you go. So, like you said, something for everybody.
Exactly.
The beginning of our conversation.
That's exactly right. And let me do one more something for, Scott, I could talk all day.
Both of us could talk all day. I know.
Yes. And we are so excited about having so many of these classes back, about having these possibilities. Kids College is really for ages 4 to 15. The Big Idea is offering classes for kids 12 and up, and it's okay that kids are more than 15 for those classes, and most of those are one-day kind of classes,
nice.
Or so in a couple of cases, 2-day classes, and those are actually some of the ones that are filling up, and I'm confident that we will add more days to that as we have wait lists.
And these are for folks who maybe aren't familiar with the Big Idea. This is the location on campus with these really cool machines and science and technology and all the different kind of things that folks can learn to do with computers, plus like these mechanical devices.
Exactly. It's a maker space.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
That
was the term I was looking for.
It's a different concept. It's a fabulous space that you can go do things at, and you join the maker space. You become a member, like you would get a membership in a gym, so you can go do this. What we're offering through Kids College is a taste of that. We hope that there will be some kids who take this and their families are like, wow, this is cool and amazing, and we're using the basic 3D printer, or we're using the laser engraver, and we want to do more of that.
Right. Which is really cool. So this is what we're talking about. They get to learn how to use these machines and then use them.
Exactly.
Right, to do something really cool. So, wonderful. Very good.
Do I have time for one more class?
Real quick.
Okay.
Okay, real quick.
Safe Sitter. Babysitting skills ages 11 through 14. Enough said.
There you go. Okay, perfect. Get you all set for this summertime.
Exactly.
Right? So, perfect. Well, Liesl, thank you so much for coming in. Always tons to talk about. So much stuff. And we're so excited that Kids College is back with the full complement, I would say, of offerings. Exactly. Knock on wood. For the summer. So we're very excited. And again, if folks need more details, they can go online, sanjuancollege.edu/CLC or Kids College.
Kids College with 2 Ks, exactly, just to keep you hopping.
Right, exactly.
There, yeah.
Or they can call the friendly folks at 566-3214.
Yes, and let me do a big plug that registration is really effective online. Super easy for Kids College. It's really straightforward, so we don't expect to see many people at our office, but we hope to see you hop online, and if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out.
There you go. Perfect. Have a great summer.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in. Good to see you. That's Liesl Dees. She is the Director of Continuing Education here at San Juan College, my guest this morning on KSJE. KSJE is supported by the Farmington Civic Center, bringing a full slate of entertainment to Farmington and San Juan County. The British Invasion, music from the 1960s, Tuesday, April 12th at 7:30 p.m. The Farmington Civic Center, 200 West Arrington in downtown Farmington. Find out more online at fmtn.org/shows or at 505-599-1148. KSJE and San Juan College present the Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week. Week 11, study with friends and study groups. Encouraging friends to study with you can make everything more fun and productive. Ask your classmates to study with you at a certain time and location. Studying together in person can help you hold each other accountable too. You don't want to be that person who cancels or doesn't show, right? Teaching a friend or family member or even your pet the material is a great way to see how well you know it. When you explain it to someone else, you'll have a better grasp of which information you already have mastered and which information you need to study. The Student Success Coaching Tip of the Week, presented by KSJE and the Student Achievement Center at San Juan College.
Hello everyone, my name is Mick Hess, your host for Roving with the Arts here on KSJE.